In the last 20 years, there have been two coronavirus epidemics, SARS and MERS. And in both of those cases, they started developing a vaccine, but then the outbreak sort of contained itself. What do you think is going to happen in this instance?
Well, I think the most important lesson about that is that it is evolutionarily certain we're going to have more outbreaks. It's not just these three coronaviruses that have jumped into humans, but of course, coronaviruses in ancient times jumped into humans, and about a third of our colds, common colds, are from coronaviruses that are obviously much less severe. So what we need to do is prepare over the long time to have these types of approaches going all the time, for the research to continue and to make sure that we have vaccines available, including platform technologies that we can adapt quickly to use going forward. I think that's the most important lesson for the world, including, though, in this specific case.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, giving us a little bit more context. Seth Berkley, CEO of Gavi, a Global Health and Vaccine Alliance. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
While companies across the globe are working to develop a vaccine, governments have been urged to test as many people as possible. Guillaume Petit looks at how authorities in Europe are doing.
It was last week in Geneva. The World Health Organization sent a clear message.
We cannot stop this pandemic if we don't know who is infected. Test, test, test.
But not all countries had decided yet to test a large number of people. France chose to test only the most serious cases, people in fragile condition, patients in hospitals and health professionals. Gwenelle is the mother of two children. She was diagnosed probably COVID-19 positive over the phone by her doctor and therefore has not been tested.
The point of being tested would be to know where I stand after 9 days being diagnosed with COVID-19. I work in a medical facility and a test would allow me to know if I could work and help my colleagues at the end of my quarantine. It would give me some relief also regarding my family.
But France is not the only one to limit testing capacities. Compared to South Korea, whose official figures show over 300,000 tests since the beginning of the pandemic, French authorities say they have conducted over 60,000 tests since the beginning. Over 50,000 were made in the United Kingdom and over 250,000 in Italy. Less than Germany, where the president of the Robert Koch Institute said the country is now able to conduct 160,000 tests a week. But more and more countries are shifting their strategies. France and the UK said they will increase their testing capacities, and Spain has booked over 600,000 tests. Off the record, a source close to the French government told Euronews that it needed time to increase these capacities. For now, patients without symptoms are not tested, but everybody is locked down. It could change. France is also getting ready for the next phase. The government said it wants to implement bigger testing capacities once the confinement is over. Guillaume Petit for Euronews.
Still to come here. As EU countries try to deal with the pandemic, asylum groups have raised the alarm about migrants living in the Moria camp on Lesbos. More on that after the break.